Oh, it's story time with the BSC. Hello, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris. I'm the Batman statue collector, aka the BSC. And normally we do high-end collectible content here on the channel, but today is going to be very, very different. Today, it's story time with the BSC. And this is all about a real-life situation, a crazy, crazy situation that happened to my family this past weekend. And so definitely something a little bit different today, but it's all about crime, and it's all about real-life superheroes, okay? And so, again, this story is really quite insane, really, right? Okay, so this weekend, we visited family in Oklahoma City. Okay, we all stayed together. There were 17 of us, right? 17 of us. And it was kind of a family reunion, a little Christmas get-together. But the main thing is we were all going to do these photos together. We were going to have this big, giant photo session. So we meet our photographer, and our photographer is in kind of in the city, but in the woods, right? So we like walk into the woods, and we're going to be in the woods for about 45 minutes, an hour or so, because there's 17 of us. We're doing all these family combinations and whatnot, okay? So we go into the woods, and we're kind of parked in this back parking lot, right? And so we go into the woods. We do our photographing session. You know, everything is going fine. It's cold out, but other than that, went pretty smooth. But when we get back to the car, when we get back to my car, glass was shattered. Somebody broke into my car, okay? Driver's side window smashed in. Well, Mrs. BSC had her purse in the car. It was locked. It was tucked under the front seat, right? Okay. But our window was completely smashed, and it was, you know, in the front seat. Obviously, it was taken. Now, I had a pair of Oakleys in the front seat also, in the dash. They had taken that and put it on top of the dash. They didn't take them. We didn't really have anything else in the car. Everything was back at the rental place that we were staying in. But, you know, it's always kind of scary, you know, to have something broken into like that, you know. But my wife's purse was gone. And, of course, the worst part of that was she had our other set of car keys in there. She had her other set of car keys to her car, and it was the only set of keys. Okay? Which... That's scary enough, and that annoying enough. And then, of course, you know, she did have her driver's license in her phone. Her phone was on her, so that was good. But of course, all of our credit cards and all of gift cards and things that were in there. You know, quite a bit of money on these gift cards. You know, enough that this would have been a felony type situation. Okay. And so obviously she was able to cancel all of these cards. You know, the police officer came out, took the statement, all that stuff. Of course, all of our family was with us, so they were all horrified. The photographer, she felt really bad, but you know, she took off. Is what it is. So of course, you know, we have this shattered window. So we knock all the glass out and whatever. We go and clean it. We go vacuum it out, and so we're trying to figure out if there's a glass place to replace the window. And of course, we have to drive 4 hours back home, and so we ended up using a tarp or like a shower curtain to be able to drive back home, which was, you know, it was fine. It was you know, it kept the heat in because it's really cold here, so it was all fine. All of that was fine. But here is where the real craziness begins. Okay, the real craziness begins here. So my wife, Mrs. BSC, is the real superhero here, okay? And the true Batman detective, okay? The true detective here, okay? So she had an Apple tile on her keys. And somehow she was able to get a ping on that 30 minutes away in another town. Well, the people that took the purse, it turns out that we found out a little bit later that she took my mother-in-law's purse. These people took my mother-in-law's purse as well. Because their car was unlocked, which was not very smart, but they took her purse as well. So now we have two purses missing, right? Okay. So we get this ping 30 minutes away. Well, in the meantime, we also get a phone call from the credit card company saying that a $500 charge went through and another one was trying to go through at Walmart. So we, of course, we went to that Walmart and tried to track, thought maybe they would dump the purse in the trash can or something like that. Crazy. Couldn't find it, but the first charge went through and they had bought Walmart gift cards, like Visa cards, right? Visa cards. So we had like $600 in cash in the wallet and whatever. So we're like, okay, all that's gone, but we were able to cancel everything else. I mean, that's the thing. We canceled them really quickly. Everything was good. So anyway, my wife gets this ping on this Apple tile, 30 minutes away at a Mexican restaurant. Okay, 30 minutes away. So we had just got back, and my sister and my wife and her sisters are very close. And they're like, we want to go on this adventure. Okay, so they get into their car, and the three sisters go 30 minutes away to that Mexican restaurant. Okay, and they just wanted to go sit and walk around and see if they saw the purse, and then if they did, they were going to call the police. So they're walking around, they get there, they're walking around, and they hear this music, and they're like, oh, it's the tile, but it was actually just some music playing from the restaurant. But then they got close, and they heard the ping. They heard the ping, and it was in the dumpster at this Mexican food restaurant. So my wife, again, being the detective she is, dumpster dives into this dumpster. The sisters are watching and supporting her and taking photos. So I'll put all this in here. They find a receipt to that Walmart for $500. They find a black bag in the dumpster with her purse, my mother-in-law's purse, and some other lady's purse. So a third purse, somebody we don't even know. They were able to contact that lady. Of course, they called the police. All the stuff was still there. All the gift cards were still there. My wife's Oakley glasses were still there. The cash was gone, obviously. But the receipt was still there. Just really, really dumb. Really dumb stuff. So, of course, they called the police. The police are on the case, which was pretty crazy. But Mrs. BSC is a true detective. True detective. Now, I know some of you said, why didn't you go with her? Well, she didn't want us to go. She didn't want the guys to go. They wanted to do this little adventure on their own. And what a story, right? What a story. She is a true detective and a true superhero. Was able to track her stolen purse and all of the stuff in it. We got our keys back. We got everything back except for the cash and, odds and ends. They don't want to deal with that stuff. They just wanted the quick cash, right? So, the moral of the story is, even if you have your stuff locked, guys, be careful. Be mindful of your surroundings. Surround yourself around other people. Of course, this time of year, crime is going to be high, but oftentimes crime does not pay. And so, yeah, they might have gotten away with it this time, but hopefully next time, won't be so lucky. Anyway, I just thought that was a crazy story. I had to share it with you because I was like, what are the odds of them being able to find this purse again? Or being able to find our car keys again, or any of that stuff. Unbelievable. And that they found another purse for somebody else that was victimized at the same place during the same time frame. So obviously she'll get her stuff back as well from the police. But it's just crazy. Real life detective work and a real life superhero solving crime. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of Mrs. BSC. So anyway, I just wanted to toot her horn a little bit. And I had to share that story with you because, again, all of us family members were just going crazy talking about this when they got back. It was just, following this adventure. And anyway, I just had to share it with you. Of course, we're going to get our window fixed. So it's scary, but it is what it is. And I just want to share it with you. So if there's any stories that you have that are similar to that or just want to share, please do so in the description down below. Again, I apologize, this is not the normal content on the channel, but I had to tell you the story just because it was too wild to believe. Anyway, hope you're all doing great out there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. Otherwise, thank you guys so very much. We'll be back to our regular collecting content, I promise, without a doubt. Obviously, we've got Rogues Gallery Live this week. Definitely join us for that. Lots of great content coming up. Love you all. See you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.